Capricorn, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It's a message for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. This is an energy reading, guys, so please take it where and how it resonates in your life. This is not your message. It's okay. There are hundreds of messages, thousands on this channel, so just watch what resonates and calls to you. And if you're not a Capricorn and this has showed up in your feed, this is absolutely for you. This is more your reading than anybody else's reading because it only comes to you at the right time and to the right people. And this is where your message begins. Like all over this. What does this mean? You got to look in another direction, Capricorn. You got to make a decision that you normally wouldn't make. It's not like it's a surprise decision. I think that you're going to finally kind of grant yourself the ability to follow a passion that you've been thinking of. Remember, I keep this as general as possible over here. So yeah, it could be that relationship. It could be that job, but you know, it's a passion. You felt it. That's why the wands have come up. You're just looking in the distance and you've been looking at this in this direction for a while. You got to go in that direction. That's the message so far. You got to go in that direction to get to here. This is coming out in the future. You know, this sense of, do you dare to go into the unknown or to the road less traveled? This is kind of like the road less traveled, right? Do you dare? Because if you do, look what could be out there for you. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. Something got thrown away in the past. Discontentment and anxiety. Being very unsatisfied. This is kind of like just being in a space where you were never filled up. And you were always kind of drained. This could be back in your childhood. This could be abusive childhood. More like, I know neglect is a kind of abuse, but that's kind of what it is. It's sort of a neglectful childhood where somebody had to grow up too quickly is probably what this would describe, you know, or something like a relationship or a job that you used to have. It's in your past, but it left an impression, right? And it's kind of like what usually makes somebody the type A, right? It usually makes somebody the pleaser, the person who works too hard or does too much, right? Why is that energy coming up? Because it's kind of like saying, well, you need to diverge on a different path and try it a different way. If you don't, let's not talk about it, because God's directing you to liberate yourself from this old pattern of feeling constantly empty. You know, that perpetual drain, or finding situations that perpetually drain you. You don't have to. You know, I know you like to work hard. It's very fulfilling for a Capricorn to work, but it doesn't have to be work that drains you. You can do hard work. One of the best feelings in the world is to just land in bed exhausted and knock out in a second, because you are physically exhausted, but you are spiritually filled up. You know, like you've just spent the whole day plugging away at something you're real passionate about. And then like 16 hours in, you just crash. It will be the deepest, most comfortable, beautiful sleep you ever experience, because like that is fulfillment. It's not that we don't want to work hard. It's that we don't want to work for nothing. We don't want to work without purpose. So it's almost like you found your purpose. Dare to pursue your purpose. You're not going to not work hard at it or not be good at it, right? You're not going to be able to plan things, but good, because if you did, you'd probably fall right back here. Now, I'm making this reading in the beginning of March of 2025. So whenever you see it, it comes to you at the right time. But let me explain to you what's going on now. You can look at the calendar. If you have those chart readers, you could just check back. What's happening now is Venus is in retrograde and Mercury is about to go in retrograde too. There's a lot of switching up that's going to be happening in the sky. There's eclipse season that's going to start with a Virgo full moon that's going to happen on the 13th or 14th of March, while Venus is in retrograde and Mercury is in retrograde. And it's like, listen. And Venus on top of it is retrograding in her detriment sign of Aries. So guys, there's a lot of funkiness going on. But it also calls, like, God bless retrogrades, it always calls up our past to see what we still need to do work on. And what you still need to do work on, what you're being called to do, is go toward the energy of make a decision that you normally wouldn't have made. Go in a direction that you normally wouldn't go. There's a level of anxiety here that I think you can finally get away from, right? Because on the other side of that is abundance and success and just happiness. Like, why won't you let yourself have this? Let's see what these cards are. Victory and success, public recognition, popularity, all hail the conquering hero, congratulations, people being proud of you. Could even be a homecoming here. And yes, look at, there's more of a homecoming here as well. Finding your place in the world, where you fit in, where you can really be solid and feel really good. And this, wait, look at this. Of course, I will say this to you right now. What's clear to me through the cards is that all good shit is going on. It's all just brilliant and look at all these beautiful wands. This is a passionate time. This is a progressive time. This is the energy of progress and moving forward. Just abundance. And then underlying it all, it's stress, it's anxiety, it's misery. Why? Because you still haven't kicked this. But don't deny this, all this good stuff, because it is absolutely here. And there's some sort of stress here. Let's get to why, but I honestly think it's because of this, because that's like your default mode. And what's coming to your realization, which is a very powerful position for something that was subconscious to come into consciousness. Very powerful, because that's what the eclipse, the lunar eclipse in Virgo is about, because it is conjunct the South Node. So something that was in your subconsciousness is being illuminated. It's going to pop out. It's going to come to the surface, right? So that you can heal it. Virgo is a very powerful healing energy. So ultimately, when it comes into consciousness, happy birthday, Michelle Sandygate. When it comes into consciousness, you're going to be able to do something about it. There's wonderful stuff happening. Right. And I honestly believe that this is a good time to be connected to the why and where your anxiety comes from and where your depletion and maybe codependency comes from. You know, it's like, to realize that is a powerful position to be in, because what it does is it guarantees this beautiful energy of finally allowing yourself to be happy. What's the Nine of Swords here for? What's going on? Just confirm or clarify what this Nine of Swords is, the Death card. So you may be worried about something ending. You might be frustrated or sad. There could be something that you're mourning in the coming week or so, an ending or a finish. I think excuse me. I think this is an ending of the old you. I think this is the ending of the old self. And it is with great anxiety that you would say goodbye to it, because it's all you've ever known. But that's where the adventure is. You don't have to be that person anymore. You can actually be somebody completely different, which is what the Death card is really about. Especially when it's upright, it is about it's about resurrection. It's about resurrecting from a crappy place, and you're never going to be the person that you were before. You don't have to be, because you've grown out of that person, and that's not the person you should be anymore. And so that's really what's happening to you. This is like a hard stop on who you used to be, and it's a resurrection to who you are going to be. But there's pain here. There's suffering. I think what you're doing is you're reliving some of that pain that's coming up from the surface. So that could be what's going on, but it's a really beautiful thing. Then we have clarifying it, walking towards your dreams coming true, aspirations, goals, looking beyond, reaching for the stars, solidity, security, solidness, speaking from a place of newness, curiosity. I think that you will be absolutely ready to transcend what you used to be and be willing to listen to new thoughts, think in a different way, and certainly make this a time when you're okay with change and you're okay with a little bit of instability. This could be a speech or talking or messaging. It could be a DM that comes in. It could be balancing out your checkbook, trying to figure out a bunch of that stuff. Whatever it is, I am absolutely positive it will come into place. I think what's over now is your fear of it happening, because it is happening. This is a change. I'm going to try to get some cards in here. This is a change, and it's a good change, but let's hold on. Oh, have you subscribed to the channel yet? Please subscribe to the channel. Bing, ring that little square, whatever you do. Ring that notification bell as well, and select all notifications so that you know when I upload your favorite content, but also so that you get alerted when I go live. This is the only place where I'll ever do free public tarot card readings. So please make sure you jump on board for those. And if you want a personal reading, I actually do those, but only through my website. Please go to www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com. It's the only place you can book and schedule me over there. Hold on. Let's see. So this is important. We got a little bit of the moon coming out. Super moon, emotions are running high. So let's pay attention to around that full moon that I mentioned in Virgo, because it's going to have a lot of emotional release for you. Allow it to be. It will be emotional, and it should be. I think that there's going to be a lot of stuff that causes a lot of pain that comes up for you. It's at 20 degrees Virgo, conjunct the south node, which is at 27 degrees Virgo. So it's not the tightest of conjunctions, but it's still enough to be a semi-lunar eclipse. That would be for Capricorns. Those of you born at the very, very end of the second stellium, beginning of the third. I know, Michelle, what does that mean? Those of you born probably sometime between like the 5th and the 15th of January will feel it the most strong and the most powerful, you guys. But I think you all will. But you guys, your natal suns will be trine to this lunar eclipse, and that's really going to have an emotional, powerful effect, and it's going to put you through like a mini death, a death of the old you, a death of hiding, a death of hurting, a death of needing to be running on your subconscious instead of being able to be active in your life. It's like you're done with that. You'll notice that you don't, from this point on, you don't have to be who you used to be anymore. You're kind of all done with that version of yourself. Don't let pride get in your way. Pride will try to convince you that something is scary, so you shouldn't do it, that you've messed up before, so you'll mess up again, that person doesn't really like you, or that person doesn't really care about you. All of that is bullshit. It's all crap. It's all pride. And if you start thinking that in your head, release it and let it go. Be like, I know who you are. Michelle fucking told me who you are. You're pride, and it's bullshit, and I'm not going to listen. Don't let pride get in your way. Don't let a prideful person get in your way either. If somebody comes back into your life to tell you something like, oh, this isn't you, you shouldn't do this. Yes, you should. This is your chance now. This is your time now, Capricorn, or whoever's watching. So this is your chance. This is your time. And if somebody is unsupportive of it, fuck them. Because get them out of the way. We have the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. So there's information that's coming out. I'm going to tell you what that is. And your commitment is being tested. Oh, so that's what comes out. Maybe there was been some stressful situation going on there. Okay, I'll get it. I hear you. What are the answers? What's this communication that's coming out? What is going on? There's this hot, sexy, there's a fire sign, really attractive, probably a lady, could just be a feminine, somebody with a lot of confidence, a lot of certainty, a lot of security. This could also represent you. You may be taking center stage now, which could cause conflict with somebody who's got a lot of pride. And your commitment, if you're in a relationship especially, or with your job or whatever it is, your commitments will be tested now as you start to shine, and somebody else has to either fall back, be supportive, or be flexible. You know what I'm trying to say? You know who I'm trying to say. We have Wheel of Fortune here. Yeah, the tides are turning and somebody is not going to fucking like it, and I think you already know who. I think you already know who. I think on some level you already know that you have to be willing to risk whatever this is falling apart. You have to, because that's like the egg that you're in and you're about to be born. And if you're not, if the egg doesn't crack, there's no birth. So I see this tower as the egg that has to crack, right? It's like this karmic cycle is ending and something is really finished. It's got to crumble. You got to be willing to let it crumble. Sometimes things need to crumble to grow, and that's that scorpionic energy, right? Don't be afraid of this break. Don't be afraid of this potential breakup. Don't be afraid, because that's the doorway opening, actually. Hold on, Capricorn. Spitting out these true yin. Ooh, get ready to receive. Be open-hearted. Be flexible, be malleable. That's strength. Yin energy gets its strength from its malleability, its softness, its adaptability, and its absorbativeness. That's where it gets its power from. So you're going to stay powerful, but you're also going to be powerful by being bendy and malleable. The tribe, I told you were meeting your people. I told you. And they're going to help you build, or you're finding a place. I feel like there's a building involved. I do. It's like you're building a place for your people, for your tribe. Could be a brick and mortar business that you're building, right? I don't know. Maybe you're building out your home. You're building this stack by stack, brick by brick. You are constructing something in your reality for your people in order to attract them to come in. So this is a gathering place. This is some sort of gathering place that is playing a significant role in your week or these few weeks ahead. And you're helping to build it. You know, I just heard, if you build it, they will come. Oh, they most certainly will. Let's get a spirit message. We got to go to the extended, because I want to see what happens beyond this. Increased support. So there's something in reverse. This is the problem. This is where the anxiety lies. First of all, this represents somebody is pulling back their support, which is going to make you sad. It is. And maybe that's what the stress is. It's like, if I succeed, this person will leave me. Then get them the fuck out of your way, because they don't belong. I don't care if it's your husband, your wife, your son, your daughter. Not if they're a minor child. You know what I'm saying? Like those little, they're bratty. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about this would be a grown ass motherfucker that should not be getting in your way. If support has decreased, please, that is your test. That is your test. You're going to give up on everything you believe in and everything you're capable of? The answer there is no. That's a clear no. You do not give up on yourself because somebody else can't keep up, right? It's not the universe that's decreasing support. They're revving it up for you to move forward. But the guilt is there. Your positive focus and willingness to receive have opened the doorway to an abundance of help and opportunities. So this could also be that you're not asking for enough. You're not opening yourself up to receive enough, in which case the universe is calling you to allow that help in. Deep emotional healing. Yeah. Your heart is ready to heal from past experiences, and you are willing to devote time and energy toward therapeutic care. A little bit of prioritizing your own healing. Let's see what's beyond. I will get into that. Let's click the link below. I'll see you guys there.